everyone, hope you're all having a wonderful day. AussieSim2 here, and Steelrising literally comes out tomorrow, guys. By the time you guys see this video, it is probably already out. So I thought it would be cool if I made a tips and trick video for anyone that didn't have access to the beta, because I have played a lot of the beta. I've already played through the first 2 levels twice already. I've been thoroughly enjoying this game. I think it is very, very good. It's not the best by any means necessary, but for Spider's first attempt at a Soulsborne ARPG style game, I think they've done a very, very good job. Now, there's a lot of things this game does not explain to you, and there's a lot of things that obviously you're going to have to figure out yourself, because that's just the way Soulsborne style games always are. Now, I just want to go over a couple of things that will hopefully take you guys from zero to hero in no time, and you'll be absolutely smashing your way through this game. Now, the first thing they kind of throw at you is the rapid cooling mechanic. So when you are dodging and attacking, you're going to be burning through stamina. When your stamina depletes, you overheat. Aegis essentially is going to overheat because she is a robot. Now, you can counteract the overheating mechanic with the rapid cooling mechanic. When I first learned about this mechanic, I honestly thought that this wasn't that great, because no one's going to be looking down in the bottom left hand corner of your screen all the time trying to see if you're running out of stamina or not. That is just not ideal gameplay at all. However, after playing a little bit, I've realized that Spider is nice enough to add in visual aid for us on the back of Aegis' back. So as you can see, when we are burning through our stamina, Aegis' back, the circle on her back is going to start glowing red. Now, when we overheat, you're going to see it pulsate red, and that's how you're going to know when to hit Y. As you can see, we're burning through our stamina. The red circle on the red disc on the back of Aegis' back is getting redder and redder, and then eventually it starts pulsating because we have no stamina, and then that is when you hit your Y or triangle button to rapid cool. So it definitely took me a while to notice this visual on the back of Aegis' back and figure out how I was actually working with the rapid cooling, because I could see that it was getting red to let me know that I was about to run out of stamina. I wasn't sure if it was giving us any visual indication on when to actually use rapid cooling, and that means you can basically just be aggressive all the time, because there's really no cooldown on the rapid cooling mechanic, at least not from what I see. I think when you run, it works a bit differently compared to when you dodge and attack. But yeah, I don't seem to notice any cooldown in between you always using rapid cooling. Now, the next trick I have for you guys is there is jumping in this game. Do not be shy to make Aegis jump. You get a whole new moveset when you're in the air for each weapon. It is so fun. It's so satisfying to use. A lot of enemies do sweep attacks, so you're going to be able to jump above them and punish them for it. I have been testing this out, and I'm pretty sure with every single weapon, whether it's a heavy weapon or not, you can get 3 attacks in the air, 2 light attacks and 1 heavy attack. So keep that in mind. You're going to cheese a lot of enemies that are very slow or do a lot of sweep attacks. You're just going to jump above them, and you can get 3 attacks out, at least 2 to 3 attacks out while you're in the air. I don't know why you get suspended in the air for so long. Apparently Aegis is not only a robot, but she defies gravity as well. But yeah, Aegis does get suspended in the air for quite some time. I was trying out some of the heavy weapons as well, and the heavy weapons are slow. You get a big clock wheel thing. I'm probably showing some clips of it now. But when you're in the air, there's no delay to those attacks like when you're standing still normally. You still do the 2 to 3 attacks in the air like you would with a fast, quick, double-sworded weapon or something like that. So definitely do not shy away from jumping in the air, and I think it's really going to work if anybody wants to play those huge tanky melee builds. Now, another thing that this game has as well that took me a while to figure out, you have a move set for when you run an attack. I think you have to be at full momentum, and all you have to do is tap R1 and you go diving into the enemy essentially, and you do a new move. It's really cool. It gets a really easy first hit on the enemy. It can stagger enemies out of their hits as well. So that's also another cool thing that you can do in this game. Now, the other major mechanic in this game, and it's a little bit of a cheese mechanic, and that is the Alchemical agent, or the Alchemical affliction, aka status effect damage. And the status effects that we do have in the game are fire, ice, and lightning. Now, we'll start off with Frost first. Now, Frost build-up seems to be, in my opinion, probably the craziest one. You can inflict any enemy with the Alchemical afflictions. Doesn't matter if it's a boss, doesn't matter if it's a tanky enemy. All enemies can be afflicted with the Alchemical afflictions, and they can be afflicted with multiple. You could put lightning, frost, and fire all on the target. Does not matter. Frost build-up, like I said, seems to be the strongest one, because it essentially immobilizes the enemy. You just freeze them, and you can switch weapons to a stronger weapon, lay some absolute smackdown on them. It's just cheese. It basically puts the game on easy mode. Fire is the pure damage over time. It's actually a dot, so when you afflict enemies with the fire affliction, they are going to be taking fire damage over time now. Now, I'm not 100% sure, didn't get the test too much with it, but I'm pretty sure if you have a strong weapon that you can imbue with fire, say it does 100 damage, that fire dot that you put on target is going to be stronger than a weapon that does 50 damage and applies fire. I really hope that makes sense to you guys. So the stronger weapons with the fire status effects on them are going to deal more damage over time when you afflict them with fire. Now, the last affliction we're going to talk about is lightning. Now, the lightning status effect is pretty interesting when you do inflict it. They are going to be taking increased damage from your hits, and I'm pretty sure it sort of slows them down. Like, it doesn't freeze them completely like the ice status effect does, but it limits their movements because they're now being electrocuted, and you also do more damage. So electricity is also pretty nuts. All of the status effects in this game are actually really strong, and you don't have to use them, but if you want a really easy peasy couch potato experience, yeah, the status effects are definitely the way to go. You're going to cheese a lot of the bosses. I have seen a lot of people say the game is really easy. It's because of the status afflictions. If you were to choose to run through this game without using the status afflictions, it would be a hard Souls-like experience, but because of the frost, because of the lightning, because of the fire, you're able to cheese a lot of enemies. And then the other thing to note about the status effects as well is in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, there's all those little blue circles with a number on it, underneath it. They are your alchemical capsules. Now, to use the alchemical weapons, or just to imbue your weapon with an alchemical, like affliction, you have to use these capsules. Now, you can see here I'm using like the ice pistol. It uses one every time I use it. When you use an incarnation, like the special effect that a weapon has, it will use 2, I think. I'm not sure if there's going to be some that are going to use more, but you can burn through them pretty quickly. But every enemy that you kill will either drop 1 or more alchemical capsules. So as long as you're killing enemies, you're always going to be refreshing those alchemical charges. Now, moving on to the next thing, just because we were talking about all the alchemical afflictions, and that is the grenades. Yes, again, if you want to put this game on even easier mode, save all your nades and dump them on a boss. Yeah, the grenades are ridiculously strong. Time of recording this, I'm still on the beta, so maybe they might fix the grenades on full release of the game tomorrow. I'm not counting on it because there was only 2 weeks between the beta and the full release of the game. But the nades are kind of nutty. Now there's 5 types of grenades to go over, guys. There is the fire grenade, which is you're going to throw, it's going to do damage, it's going to inflict fire to the enemy. There's explosive, which just does explosive damage, just a straight impact, straight damage. The lightning is going to deal damage. It's also going to afflict them with lightning, so then you do more damage and it limits their movement. Ice is going to just freeze them. Again, it's going to deal damage as well and freeze them in place. And then the petrification grenades, the enemies have a white diamond in the middle of them. You can stagger the enemies. It's not a major mechanic. If you are playing super aggressive, you might be able to stagger enemies, or if you're playing like a parry build or something, you might get the stagger up on the enemies. I didn't notice it that much. But the petrification grenade, you throw it at it and it makes them staggered, so you can just go over there and perform an execution / visceral on them and deal big damage, or just kill them in one shot. Now, you do find the grenades just about anywhere. You sometimes when you kill the scorpion fire enemies, they will drop the fire grenades. When you start killing the lightning and the frost enemies, they're probably going to drop the frost and the lightning grenades. Yeah, you do find the explosive and the petrification grenades quite often. They seem to be the most frequent ones you get. I had quite a large stack of petrification grenades. So as much as the grenades are cheesy, no one likes getting stuck on content that they can't get through. So the nades are going to help you just cheese bosses, cheese enemies, cheese mob packs and stuff like that. And the other thing I wish I had known sooner when I started playing Steelrising is the ordinary oil vial. They are hell. They're not the same as your normal health vial that just, as soon as you use it, you gain like your instant health back. The ordinary oil vials is a health over time. So as soon as you pop it, it lasts for 20 seconds and it's going to heal you over time for 20 seconds. It's actually pretty decent. I wish I'd known it sooner, because there's been plenty encounters that I just couldn't get through because I thought I had no health when really I was stocking up on an absolute shit ton of the oil vials. So the ordinary oil vial, like I just said, is going to help you get through areas where you might be getting your ass kicked and you've run out of health potions. Don't sleep on the ordinary oil vial. They're actually really good. You can just pop them and just hide for 20 seconds and you will probably get all your health back, and then you can just continue along your little way. A couple other things I'd like to mention just before we wrap up this video. I've probably already been dragging this on far too long. Your anima changes color from blue to yellow to let you know you can level up Aegis herself. I personally thought that was a very, very cool UI feature. And also, guys, there is a compass. You can put it on your item quick bar and it will essentially put a waypoint marker to let you know where you're going. And because this is a Soulsborne-like experience, there's limited HUD, you're bound to get lost. I found the compass to actually be very, very helpful. And that is basically it from me, guys. If this video did help you out, could you please leave a like on it? It greatly helps the channel out. I am super hyped for this game to release tomorrow. I'm going to be streaming it all weekend. So if you like to hang out, make sure you hit that notification bell to it will let you know when we are going live and when we upload any other videos to the channel. Really appreciate all the support recently. You guys are absolute legends. And that is it from me, guys. Take care, stay safe, peace out.